Hey guys, so I made a video a while back, not too long ago, talking about the S&box editor, and I think I forgot, I made two versions. I made a long version where I talked for a long time, maybe 30 minutes, about what I've been learning, and then I made a short version. In the short version, I realized that I forgot to go over the viewport, just showing the actual editor. So I kind of wanted to do that and talk a little bit about what I've been up to. I have not, forgotten about it. I know I haven't made any videos about it lately, but I've been learning a little bit about C#. C# is the coding language used to create your own components. So that's my current understanding of it. I might be off here or there. I'm just trying to, piece this together myself. But I wanted to cover the editor. So we've got the main viewport here. You can add objects into the game. So I think it said it's scene based. And again, I'm still figuring out where all these things fall. I'm still piecing it together, but I wanted to share what I do know, and also kind of just sharing my journey, my process of learning these things. So you've got objects, you add objects into your game. So let's add a 3D object. We added a cube. Okay, so you hold the right mouse button, you can look around. WASD, if you hold shift, you'll move faster. E moves you up, Q moves you down. So after you've added an object into your game, you click on the object. You can move it around here in the viewport. I really like that they have these little, okay, so I don't know which one this is exactly, but the red one, you've got the red square that lets you move it around and keep it on that plane. So it'll never move left or right, or yeah, I don't know how to explain that exactly, but you click on the square and you can either move it forward and back or up and down in that plane. And then the green one, see if we can click that. It's pretty cool. I've messed around in the Unreal Engine a little bit, and I don't know if they had this. See, now we're on a different plane. And then we go to the blue, different plane. You get the idea. Pretty cool. So you add objects into your game, and then you have components. You've got the little inspector here. This is where it talks about, it'll show you the components of your object. These are things like the 3D model. 3D model, I know there's more. Okay, transform. The scale, rotation, local position, these kinds of things. So you can add a component. So something I figured out is you can actually, okay, so you've got the cube here. You can add an empty one, and you can add all the same components as the cube has, and you'll actually just create the same item. Basically, it'll be exactly the same. So my thing right now is, I think it would be very good to learn all these components. What are the components? What do they do? Actions, audio, camera, citizen, which is like their little character, effects, gameplay, light. So I'm pretty sure you can create a whole game without doing any coding. I think you can do that by just knowing the components. But if you know how to code in C#, I think you can write your own components, which in my mind, that opens up things drastically, because I mean, you could just be able to do basically anything, right? So I don't know. We'll see where that goes as I go along. I've been learning a little bit on YouTube. There's a cool video. Let's see if I can pull it up. I was looking at my brother's. This is my brother's YouTube channel, by the way. But let's not do that. Here's what I've been watching. What am I looking for here? Computer science. Excellent video.
Wow.
Not excellent ad. I mean, it's a lot better than some ads. Base 44. But I've seen this ad so many times.
It can now.
So you're saying we can...
A graph where any two nodes are...
So, here's my approach. I'll tell you guys my approach. I want to learn how to do C#, right? In the last video, I talked about how, you watch these other tutorials and it feels like they're starting on the 5th or 15th floor. There's so many things below that, before that, that I just don't know. I don't understand. I can't comprehend. I don't know where it comes from. Where does it come from? So, you got this guy, Wacky Science, makes these awesome videos about all kinds of stuff that you want to learn about. All of physics explained in 14 minutes. General chemistry, 19. Computer science in 17 minutes. So, I don't know. Oh, that's something else. My brother was telling me about vidIQ. So anyways, yeah, we've got computer science here. So it's like, why not start at the ground? Why don't we start at the ground? Jesus says, those who humble themselves will be exalted, those who exalt themselves will be humbled. I could exalt myself. I could go to the higher floor and I could figure out these things. But I'm going to get humbled when I come to a point when it's like, okay, it would be nice to know where these things come from, if that makes sense. So it's like you've got the tree bears fruit, right? And then you've got the roots. The roots support the tree. Sometimes we just focus on the fruit. We focus on what we want to produce, and you're not going to get the fruit you want if you don't focus on the roots. And the roots here is computer science. It's computer science. These are the roots. And it's like, how deep do you want your roots to go? How deep do you want your understanding to go? Is as deep as I can, right? If you're building a skyscraper, how big do you want your foundation? How big of a foundation do you want? How big of a tree do you want to build? Or grow? I want to know how to make my own games. I want to know how to build my own games. I want to understand the components. I want to understand it all. Right now, I'm in this room where I've got this little tiny light of the things that I understand. There's so much that I just am oblivious to. I'm oblivious to it. I don't understand it. I don't know what's what. I know what it feels like I know what it feels like to be good at something. And I can tell right away that I'm not good at this. And it's just, I want to work on my roots, There was something I was going to say. What was it? Oh, it's a proverb. It says, let me figure this out. Let me look it up real quick. I'm going to look it up on my phone, and then I'm going to read it to you guys. And this is what kind of YouTube channel is this? I know I'm pretty much all focused on gaming, but it's me talking about the gaming. It's not anyone else. It's me. It's how I see it from my point of view. My perspective is what I'm here to do, right? And I may end up talking about the Bible sometimes. I know people don't, some people may not like the Bible. I like the Bible. It's helpful. It's helpful. It's so helpful. So let me find this proverb. I'm going to find this, I'm going to read it, and I'm going to talk about it. It's going to be good. Okay, Proverbs 14:6. Now I'm going to open it up on my tablet because I just got this new phone and I don't have a Bible app on here. It's just, you read stuff. I took a long break from playing games. I took a long break from doing all kind of stuff. And I was reading my Bible, and I just came to find out that this stuff helps everything. It applies to everything. It says, this is not a proverb, it's somewhere in the New Testament. It says, bodily exercise profits a little bit. Godliness profits all things. It benefits all things. Godliness. So we're going to go to Proverbs 14:6. A scorner seeketh wisdom, and findeth it not, but knowledge is easy unto him that understandeth. Knowledge is easy to him who understands. And I'm going to say it like this. If you understand something, you know what to do with the knowledge. You know what to do with it. If you don't understand, I give you all this knowledge, I tell you all these things, and you're like, great, what do I do with it? What is the point? Why? It's like, what do you do with it, right? So that's what I'm trying to figure out. I could read all the components. I don't have much understanding about it. It says, wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. With all thy getting, get understanding. Get understanding. So, let's get understanding. My hope is to get understanding and work on those roots and understand this stuff from the ground, from the bottom. Binary computer language. How does that relate to a coding language? How does that relate to the next thing? How does that relate to the next thing? What is the game engine even built out of? Is it built with C#? I don't think so. I think it's built with something else. I don't know that. But if you understand these things, it's like it's gonna help you so much. I did parkour and free running for a long time. I coached parkour and free running for a long time, 7 years. Took a break for like 4 years or maybe 5. Came back, coached for another year or so. I did it for a long time, and it's like, I don't know. I gained an understanding in doing that, and it opened up everything to me. Helped me understand everything. I came up with this little. I wish I had the file on my computer. I don't think I do. But you have parkour and free running, right? Okay, so you have the combos. The combos are made up of what? It's made up of the skills, right? The skills. You do a front flip, you land, you go right directly into another skill, right? Or whatever. So what are the skills made out of? They're made out of body positions. They're made up of movements. So you've got combos. Within combos, you've got the skills. Within the skills, you've got the movements. Within the movements, you've got the body positions. The basic position you're holding your body, right? That's everything. That encompasses everything. All of parkour and free running. Now, what is that for computer science? That's what I want to know. What is that for the S&box editor? These are the kind of things that we want to be asking. If you want to build a game, if you want to do these things, these are the kind of questions that I've got in my own mind. So I'm not in a place right now where I have the answers. I think I'm in the place where I have the right questions. But again, I'm still in the beginning of my journey, So we'll see where I go from here.
Just you, building your app.
Let's cancel this thing. Get it quiet.
Computers make no sense. Throw some metal in a box and boom. What the heck is...
What I like to do is slow it down. Slow it down. He talks kind of fast. I found that 0.9 or even 8.5 is pretty good. Because it's like, do I want to hear it? Or do I want to receive it, understand it? Do I want to receive it, think about it, understand it? It's only 16 minutes. I started, you know what helped me learn the Bible, be able to like quote scripture really well, is, I mean, the Holy Spirit says He'll bring all things to your remembrance that He's said. That is a huge thing. Along with just replaying it over and over again. I know the things that I've read over and over again. You read something, you meditate on it, you hold on to it in your mind. Have you ever had a Jawbreaker or a Jolly Rancher or a piece of hard candy? You know, you've got that thing in your mouth and you're savoring it. That's what we need to do with these bits of information. And I could just listen to the whole video. I don't think I want to do that yet. I've probably watched this video before. I made it about halfway through, and I already started to feel like, okay, I think I need to go back to ground one, get a grasp of binary. If you get a grasp of binary, well, see, what's going to happen is this. You get an understanding of ground one, and then when you go to the next level, you understand the things a little bit more. You get the information, you know what to do with it, and it's like, you know, you have an understanding of why do we have a coding language? A coding language is so that you can write something that you can see with your eyes that relates to binary, so you can see something, so you don't have to write binary. What is binary? Zeros and ones. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. You know? So that's where I'm at. I'll be interested. I'll be looking forward to explaining more as I learn. Yeah, because, you know, if you understand something really well, you can explain it in a way that's simple. And I found that with parkour and free running. I want to find that with the computer stuff, you know. We got the viewport. Here we are. We're 17 minutes in. One thing, I had one moment a while ago. It was kind of cool. It's just sitting here in the viewport and just being able to visualize, imagine your game in the viewport. You know what I mean? Like, imagine a game that you would want to build, and it's like, okay, you've got a castle here. Imagine a bridge. Imagine a pond or a lake or whatever, a forest over here. It's like, imagine it. You know, let's have a vision. Vision helps you know where to go. You know. So it doesn't. I don't think it really matters that I don't know how to code yet or even use the editor, because it's like, well, I'm still working on my vision. You know, I'm still working on the vision for the game that I want to play, the game that I want to make. Yeah, so this is where I'm at right now. It'll be pretty cool when I actually figure out how to start making stuff. I'm not for sure yet how deep do I want to go into figuring out the C# language, because it's like C# or the editor, I don't think they exactly go together. I can build a game, I can build more of a game knowing only the editor than if I know only C#. If I only know C#, I'm still going to have to learn how to use the editor to build the game. So, you know, how much do I want to focus on the C#? I don't know yet. Another thing is, like, just I have some visions in my mind of like types of games, things that I would want in my game, and I want to get to the point where I can see it in the language of the editor. if that makes sense. If you know another language, if you know Spanish or French or German or whatever, you have a sentence, you have a story, a message that you need to be able to see that message in the language that you want to share it with. And in this situation, I'm still figuring out my message, my vision, and I'm learning the language. The language is not just C#. The language is the editor, because you need to see your game in the language that you want to create it with. And if it was Unreal Engine, then that's the language. If it's Unity, that's the language. This is S&box. So when I say see your vision in the language, it's knowing the tools, knowing the objects, knowing the components, knowing the tools. You've got the hammer tool. I think this is their level editor. Wrong thing. I had my OBS there I brought over. So this is the editor. So I learned I think you need to add a terrain. So 3D object, terrain. We'll just push enter. So we added a terrain. Now I think that opens up, we'll try to refresh this. Hammer. So I don't know, I was messing with it a while ago and I figured out something by accident, but I don't remember what. But yeah, just knowing the tools, figuring out these tools. I'm not completely like immersing myself all the way in this. I'm going to tell you another thing from the Bible. It says, "Don't despise the days of small beginnings." Right? It says the kingdom of heaven starts small. It starts small, and then it grows up. It actually says it starts like a grain of mustard seed. It's least. It looks like the least of all things, but then it grows up bigger than everything. And when I have my vision of what I want to do, it's like, starting at binary is like, that's the smallest thing. That's the smallest thing. But if I do develop strong roots and begin to understand all these things, then I'll have a sure foundation, something strong that I could build something great on. So let me see how far we're 23 minutes in. So I'm sorry, this isn't a video full of answers. It's a video of questions. It's a video of the map that I have in my head to traverse this new terrain. I don't know this place, but I'm pretty confident I'll be able to figure it out. So yeah, I mean, we'll see how much I keep going with this. We'll see what comes of it. Maybe I don't want to throw strong conclusions on this yet and say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I've done that so many times in my life, and then I've found that it's like we're going a different direction. So I'm it's like I'm about it, I'm interested in it, but I'm also I'm holding it loosely. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, when I started making these videos, I started with Project Ascension, Bronzebeard, playing games there. And I wasn't completely expecting to be doing that, but I did. And I was excited about it, I liked it, I enjoyed it, it was fun. And then I was starting to get to a point where I was feeling like I don't know what kind of future do I have playing this game. It's a private server. How big of a channel would I really want to build? It's a private server, and also not, putting all that aside, is I'm have been getting tired of the game. I don't want to play someone else's game anymore. I want to play my own game. When I was a little kid, I didn't want to play how the other kids play. I wanted to play my own way. And I'm in that same place. Is I don't want to play how everyone plays. I don't want to play the games they play. The things they make, I want to do my own thing. Because I don't know, I just get these things in my mind that it's like, oh, that sounds awesome. I want to do that. I don't care what other people are doing. I want to do this. So that's why I'm here, I guess. And yeah, just glad to be here and talk about it, I guess. So let's call that done for now. I hope you enjoyed the videos. I hope the things that I was sharing with you give you some things to think about. Maybe you're learning. Maybe you've got some new terrain in your own life that you're interested in exploring and figuring out. And it's not the editor; it's anything, whatever else. This is how I'm approaching learning something new. Yeah, and yeah, I guess one more thing is it's just this isn't the main focus of my life. It's a decent sized focus, but I can't just cast everything else away and only do this. It's like, then what's going to happen? Well, my dishes are going to pile up. I'm going to start buying food that's you know what I mean, easier to make, so I can spend more time here. I'm gonna want to do less tree work, if none at all. And then what's gonna happen? Well, I'm gonna need some more money to pay some bills, pay the internet, buy some food to eat. It's like, I got pets. I got 3 dogs. I got some chickens. I got 2 cats. It's like sometimes it's like I don't know, you go about to learn a new thing, you look on YouTube and people are talking about all the hours that you spend to do this thing, and it's like, yeah, but what about my life that I have to balance? I still have to balance my life. I can't just let go of all the other parts of my life. That's part of the challenge sometimes. That's part of the equation when you're learning something new. I can't just delve 100% all of my attention on this. I like to do that when I can. I like to do that, but I can't do that all the time. Some things arise, and it's like it needs some of your attention for a while. I got this tree job, and I gotta figure out how am I gonna trim these trees. So, yeah, I've been watching the YouTube videos every once in a while on, like the C# stuff, the computer science, a little bit, and, just kind of thinking about it throughout my day and just savoring it like that Jolly Rancher, like that Jawbreaker, meditating on these things, thinking about it, a lot of time thinking about it. Yeah, so that may be my approach for a little while. Take one little piece and savor it, think about it until I feel like I've figured it out, and then move on to the next thing. So thanks for watching the video, guys. I will talk to you in the next one. Bye.